Hey guys, Carrot here, another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Yokai Pad S from Yokai Watch. This is a new version of the Yokai Pad, which has more apps, more medals can read, and can be updated. So this includes a few things: the Yokai Pad S itself, one special stylus, and 2 sung medals. So, let's get started. First off, we'll take a look at the 2 included medals, which are the Taro Nyan Trio medal and the Mr. Inudrin medal. So the first one is the Taro Nyan Trio, which is a trio unit consisting of 3 yokai based off of characters from Japanese folklore: Momotaro Nyan, Urashima Nyan, and Kintaro Nyan. And so then here's the back with the QR code. The second one is Mr. Inudrin, a group whose name is a parody of the band Mr. Children, and consists of Koma-san, Komajiro, and Jinmen-ken, who are all dog yokai, and Inu is Japanese for dog. And here's the back with the QR code. Next, of course, we'll test them out with the Yokai Watch U. Next, let's listen to Mr. Inudrin. And next we'll take a look at the main item in the set, which is the Yokai Pad S itself. So the first thing to notice about it is that it's a lot bigger than the previous Yokai Pad, meaning a lot closer in size to, say, a mini tablet than the previous one, which is a very small handheld device that looked a lot more toyish. Here's a little side-by-side comparison. You can see that the screens are the same size, but the body for the Yokai Pad S is a lot bigger. It also doesn't have any painted on eyes, those being within the standby screen for the toy itself. You can see that there's no little hole here, which is for a microphone that's built in. The on button has changed. There's now an AC adapter jack, though the AC adapter is sold separately. On the back you can see that it has a two-tone design, with the top part being light blue and the bottom part being a pastel blue. And it's designed to look like it has rabbit ears rather than monster horns. Then you have the stylus, which is designed after the yokai medal. It has a little Usopion rabbit symbol there. On the back you can see that it has the molded lines characteristic of the silver frame yokai medals. And so for this, it just slots into the back right here. As you can see, there are two battery compartments, as since this has more that I can do, this takes 4 AA batteries, or 4 AAA batteries rather. 2 on the left side, 2 on the right side. So, to get started, first press the button in the center. That'll bring up the lock screen, which has a more buck-toothed look to it, to make it resemble a rabbit more. And taking our stylus, we tap it to open it up. This brings us to the main menu, where you can scroll through 4 different pages, as there are a lot more apps than before. There are a total of 20 apps to begin with. So, let's go over them one by one. First is Yokai Die Keaton. This is, of course, where you can track your collection of yokai medals that you have. As you can see, there are a lot more medals than before, spanning 121 different pages. And for any medal, you want to take a look at it closely, you can tap on it, it'll bring up the medal and show its name, and tap it again, and it'll go back. When you insert a yokai medal into the slot, if it's not in, it'll get inserted into the medal, or if it's already been set in, that'll bring up its position in the Die Keaton. Same with this one. You can also search through it using this feature to search by tribe or by frame. And it's also added in some frames, like American medals and Busho medals from the spin-off Yokai Sangokushi. Next is the Yokai Wikipedia. So this is, of course, your dictionary for yokai. You can look up any given yokai and find out more about it. And like with the first one, this has all of them already set in, so you can look at yokai you don't have. And occasionally it will ask you if you want to do a little quiz. So this will just quiz you about some yokai. This is asking which one is a Fukushi tribe yokai, which would be this one, Bakizori. Second question. Which one says Taokaese. Not exactly sure what that means, but I'll just guess that one. This time it's asking which one is a Bukimi tribe yokai, which would be this one, Tararin. Alright, so this one, just guess that one. This time it's asking which one is an S-rank yokai, which I believe is Suiko. At the end, it'll show you which ones you failed and which ones you won. And if you do well enough, you get a YoToons card with a certain amount of points. And YoToons cards are your currency within the pad. Of course, with the whole thing of Yokai Watch and the Yokai Watch industry in the series being a parody of Apple, being Yopal, you of course have YoToons, which is where you download all your different updates from. And so within here there are YoToons cards. Next is Yokai Gerai. which is take on the line phone app, to where you can talk to Whisper. You can answer questions, and he'll respond to them. You can also add in stamps. And these are very colorful and playful. And he'll respond in turn. Next is Yoko Lloyd, which is a parody of Vocaloid. So this one you can put in up to 3 yokai medals and create an original yokai unit. So let's set in 3, like Gibanyan, Fuyunyan, and Usapyon. Then select OK, and it'll create an original song. It'll create an original name for the group, and create an original song based on one of the Yokai Watch Use tribe summoning songs, or tribe song metal tunes. Next is Yokai Unit Circles. So this one you can put in medals to form the different yokai units. And when you complete a unit, you can look at its profile by clicking this button, which will give you the same description that you get when you put in the yokai medal as the description you get before the song starts. Now for these, you would normally start out with just 2 yokai units, and you can buy 3 yokai units and 4 yokai units within the store. Next is the song album. This is for your song medals. You can see as each one has a different album with an original cover. So you can select one. For example, Nyan Nyan All Stars. And it'll play that yokai unit song. Also, you select another one, and press this button. It'll actually show the lyrics to the song. And if you tap the screen again, it'll play the song again. So if you can read the Japanese, you can sing along, which is a nice and thoughtful feature, especially because for not all of them, well, they typically don't have lyrics included with the medals themselves. So to be able to find out the lyrics using this is quite a nice feature. Going to page 2, we have Yokai Medal Quiz. For this, you're going to set in a medal, like Usapyon. And it'll bring up an event search, so you're going to look for the orange spot, and it'll give you a quiz. These are a little bit more general. And personally, I don't really get what a lot of them are asking, so this isn't the best of the apps. Next one is Yokai Vegas. So in this one, you can choose from different slot machines. 2. Try to gamble for more YoToons points. So, you put in a medal, it'll start the roulette wheel. We get 3 of this symbol, it'll be a small win. You get 3 suikanyans, it's a medium win, and 3 dainans is a big win. And so this, we got 50 YoToons points. You can try again or stop. Now it'll also show you how many points you need per each one. So for the first one it's 1 point, for the second it's 10, and then for the third you actually need to get a certain trophy in order to unlock it. After that is Treasure Get Busters. This one is an app based on Yokai Watch Busters, where you set in up to 4 yokai medals to create a Busters team and send them out to patrol. So, we'll set in Gibanyan, Komasan, Fuyan, and Usapyon. Then press this button. So, we can now select an area for them to patrol from these different areas around the map. Then, you come back to it in a day, and you'll get a prize. Next is KJ Voice Studio. This is the one that makes use of the mic, in which you make use of Komachiro's DJ persona, KJ. You can remix different sounds to create original songs. So for example, we can bring in Yokai Watch U and set in the medal. You want to tap the screen to start. Next, you select this button to remix it. You set in the medal, get things started. Next, hit play. And you turn you can stretch this left and right to modify the sound. Unfortunately, the audio recording is very much garbled, though you can also add in the yokai names to add a little bit of flair to it. That one's a little bit of a miss and a hit, but it's still interesting. Next is the YoToons Shop, where you can buy stamps, wallpapers, items, and apps. Here's just a look at the different stamps you can buy. The wallpapers would include both wallpapers for your screen and wallpapers for the Yokai Watch app. You can see it actually changes the cover of the Yokai Watch U that's displayed. There's also a secret app that costs a lot of YoToons points. And then as you can see, this is where you get the different sets for the Yokai Unit Ring app. Next is the Yokai Watch app, which, like before, tells the time. You can set an alarm if you want to. And by saying in a Yokai medal, that'll appear in the watch itself. You can select here to change your watch cover. You start to get the U1 and U2 watches. And as a little Easter egg, if you have an email and put that in, it'll change into the version E watch. After that is the QR Gachapon, or QR Gacha. So this is where, once per day, if you have a gacha coin, you can spin the wheel for a QR code. I'm just going to cover the screen here a little bit so that my code is saved. Next is the Song Gacha. You can get if you have song medals or song gacha coins. You can view those from your QR album and sorted by the different types. There's also a third type called Oni Gacha, but you have to have at least 5 gacha coins or 1 Oni gacha coin in order to use. And you actually get a gacha coin each day just by opening up and kind of signing in to the Yokai Pad S. Next is the trophy room, where you can view your different trophies. So far I have 3. This is the bronze trophy for having at least 20 medals set in, the silver trophy for at least 150, and the gold trophy for at least 300. Yes, I was surprised myself to find out that I have over 300 different medals. Next is YogaToga, and for this, I'm going to make use of the QR code slot, or rather the SD card slot. So it has this filler piece that comes out like this. And then you set in an SD card like so. Then we'll exit the app. So for this, you can view different videos. YogaToga is a parody of Nico Doga, a popular Japanese video website. With this, you can view scenes from the anime using Yokai medals to access them. The first category is summoning scenes. So for example, you can do Jiminyan summoning, set in a Prichi tribe yokai. Or Usapyon's summoning scene. We'll set in an Usurakage tribe yokai. You can also view the best hit collection, where you can view song performances from different yokai, like Jiminyan's, which you can access by setting in a song medal. You can also view famous scenes. Which all require you to set in a different tribe's medal. So for this one, for example, we need to set in Isamashi tribe yokai. So we'll set in Fujian. And shows a scene from Meramarayan's debut episode. Then finally we have special scenes. So for this one, for example, you need to set in both a song medal and a Purichi tribe medal. So, set in Gibinyan's song medal, and then Gibinyan's medal. And there we got a scene from the first episode where Keita befriends Gibinyan. And one thing I've noted for this is that for this, in order to access the full version of YogaToga, you need to update the watch. So this is why you have to set in the SD card. As when this came out, they released the version 5 update, and there are two updates, one for the watch and one for the Yokai Pad S. I'm not going to show the update as it takes a while, and I've already updated to version 5. And you can see your version number here in the bottom corner. But for YogaToga, you have to have the same SD card that you used to update the Yokai Pad S still in the Yokai Pad S itself in order to access the videos. Then finally you have the settings. You can change the sound volume, the brightness, and then change the date, change the time, change your wallpaper, and do touchscreen adjusting. And when you're all done, just hit the back button. Then, if you want to put it to sleep mode, just press and hold the home button. And there we go. So overall, I think the Yokai Pad S is a great new toy for the Yokai Watch toy line, and a much needed update to the Yokai Pad. Since that only went up through the Z medals and classic medals, it's good to have this now that we have the B medals, song medals, U medals, American medals, etc. And thanks to the update feature that it has built in, we'll be keeping this around for quite a while, and so it will continue to be useful even in the future. It seems like it was meant to go along with the Yokai Watch U, since that's the Yokai Watch U and this is the Yokai Pad S, so US. Another allusion to the USA, which is part of where Yokai Watch 3 will take place in. And it could also stand for something like second or space. It also comes with some cool song medals which may or may not end up being exclusive to this. Though for the time being, this is the only way to get these two. And it's just overall a great way of keeping track of your collection and giving you some neat things to do with your yokai medals. So if you're collecting the Japanese yokai medals and you've kind of held off on the original yokai pad, then I definitely recommend skipping that one and just getting this one instead, as this is a much better toy in terms of what it can do and what it's going to be able to do in the future. So, next time I'll be doing the LBX Hyperfunction Achilles. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and or subscribe. And you can check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/KRX50. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.